If you want your mirrors to go from this to this, stay tuned because we got a video just for you. Yo, what up? Welcome back to the Pandemic Motorsports YouTube channel. Again, thank you guys for the people that have been subscribing and watching our videos. We appreciate it. From, I speak for, all the people that are involved, which I say people like if there's a lot, but mainly is my cousin Jesse and Felix. You guys seen him in the white Integra, and you see my cousin Felix, my cousin Jesse in the EP3 as well as the Black Civic. For some of you that don't know, a little update: the EP3 is no longer in the team. Not in any bad way, but the car was sold just due to funds. So my cousin got rid of that car, and now we start work on the FD2. So be on the lookout for a lot more content on that car. There's a lot of updates on all the cars. The Integra has a lot of good stuff coming, so stay posted for that. And as well as the TSX. The TSX has completely changed, not in super drastic ways, but there is a lot of stuff, and I'll break it down for you guys in another video where I go through the different things that have been done to the vehicle since the last time you guys saw one of our videos. But yeah, this video is mainly a DIY, nothing crazy. Like I said, we've been on a halt as to in the form of putting content out for you guys, and it's just mainly we just kind of been focusing on our own personal stuff. Summer vacation was out. We all have children, spending time with the fams and whatnot. But I think we're gonna start ramping up and performing progress on all the builds on the team. I don't know if that came out right, but all the cars are should be getting some progress from here on out, as well as this one. This is something that I've been working on little by little, and I'm going to show you guys what I'm doing and how I did it. So yeah, for this video, it's mostly a cosmetic upgrade. I don't really think you're saving weight, but it might be a little bit lighter. But I got this inspiration from the Spoon TSX. I saw the Spoon TSX have these mirrors, and that's one of my big inspirations, the Spoon TSX, at least as far as build wise. So I decided to tackle it. As far as these mirrors, I had already completed, only that from looking at other videos and also another fellow TSX guy, I think his name is Christopher. I think, I'm not 100% sure. If I'm wrong, I'll correct it. But I think on Instagram, his Instagram name is BeatCL9, which awesome build. He just recently went turbo, so I highly recommend you guys to go check out his video. Also, that car has a lot of inspiration for me. Especially I've been like trying to see how he did the front splitter and figure that stuff out. Just because I do track this car, as you guys know. You guys are more than welcome to check out videos. I'll probably post something here so you guys can go and check some of them out or all of them out. But yeah, my inspiration first started from the CL9, which is CL9, CL7, the Spoon TSX, and I made my first batch, but honestly, it didn't come out completely how it should have. It was more of like a mock-up real quick. So I decided to do a revision using the ideas that Christopher, again if that's his name, did. I looked at his YouTube video, and I'll put a link to it too, only that his does look a lot nicer. I'll be completely honest. The hardware and everything is probably a lot 100% more cleaner than that, only that me knowing myself, I'm a DIY guy, so if I can make stuff on my own, I will. And also, I don't got money. I always try to not cheap out, but save money where I can, when I can. So that's where this project came from. The mirrors weren't expensive. You guys can look them up on different sites, maybe Amazon, eBay, anything you guys use. And the main thing was just the sheet metal to make the block off plate. Was from Home Depot. So I'll show you guys my old build and then now the new revision as to how I went about to doing these. Let's get to it. So this is the first bracket that I made, or block off plate. What I ended up doing, which is similar to the setup that I'm doing today, only that I made this oversized, so it really sat really big around the whole thing. And I'll show you guys how it sits. See, so here is my plate, and then these bolts right here are welded. I welded these in just to give this plate a clean look, but these just go bolted in like so. And that's basically right there how it's set. And then you will take your mirror, and I chose the placement of putting them right here, the mirror. The only problem with this setup was that when you put the mirror, at least one thing that was annoying, when you needed to adjust it, you actually had to take off the whole mirror off and put it back on. And I made this hole for the bolt that you adjust the mirror to. This bolt would line up here and sit flush like so. The only downside, like I said, when it came to adjusting, you had to take off the whole side mirror, which wasn't a big deal, but it just always got annoying. My plan was hopefully that if I had enough space here to get, you know, if this was to line up with this hole, then I could, you know, access, you know, the adjustment through that hole right there. But it actually doesn't line up. You have to come in at an angle, and that's the only thing I didn't like. But like I said, from seeing the other build that that I saw, yeah, the other one that I saw actually had this 10 poked out a little bit. And then also, this is a replica mirror, it's not the legit one. I believe Craft Square is the company that makes them. And I saw like all the kits that they have, they also leave this exposed a little bit out to the right, so, or at least to the outside. What this does also, it allows me to just get a 10 in here, and if I ever need to adjust it or if it moves, I have that accessibility, so easy to just adjust it. So that is where this new kit, or this new I would call it a bracket, came about. So another thing also, you can install this just like that with the screws, but like I said in the video that the other guy that I took a lot of ideas from, or technically his idea, he what's it called, got these from his stock mirrors, only that I didn't want to rip apart my stock mirror just to get this out, or to utilize this gasket or weather seal. So I went to the junkyard, and luckily I found a TSX with both side mirrors, and they were broken, so I didn't feel that bad of taking these off, because I can't buy these, or I couldn't find them just for sale. So these are the original OEM ones. You guys can probably see it says Honda somewhere here. Let me focus. Honda. Yeah, so I took these, and then the idea that I got from Chris was you cut these flush, or kind of just, because they have like some little I don't know how to say it. They don't sit flush right here, or they're not flat. They have a little indentation upwards. So just with a knife, shave that as flat as possible, and then as well as this side. That way your bracket, which is this, sits nice and flush like so. So then this would look like this. Probably need to adjust a little bit of it to get it to sit completely good. But technically, yeah, it should look something like that. Yeah. So it'll be something like this. This is the driver's side. You guys can see probably once it's squished, or once it's tight, it'll get like a good little seal. Only that towards the top, I might have to add a little bit just to precaution, I guess, which I'm still working on. You guys can see on this guy right here, how it sits up a little bit. So I might either bend it in or try to bend this, because I am going to paint this bracket. This is just a mock-up, but I'm still going to work on the fitment, but you guys can get an idea of what I did. So when I first did this, I made my template. I just got a piece of cardboard and then made a template of this outline, and then just got the cardboard and just kept working it until I got the correct template that I needed. Let me see if I have the template. Yeah, I think I'll put the template away, just for this, for if I want to make another set or whatever happens. But yeah, just make a template of this with a piece of cardboard. Cereal box is good too. So once I got this, that's where this comes in. This guy. So this guy sits here. Sits here like so. And then this guy, which is created from my template, will sit here. So you guys can see the fitment is a lot better. On my other one, it overlapped. You guys can see kind of like right here where it's rusted, or it looks like rust. But it came all the way up here, and it didn't follow this line. The new one, I made it so it could follow this particular line. And then after I did that, I just came on the other side through here, and then I made my marks on each one so I knew where to cut. The way I did that, for me, I just grabbed a flathead screwdriver, and then just kind of scratched each part where I figured I was gonna make my drill my holes. So once I had that, I ended up drilling my holes here, and after that I came back here, and with this, which is, forgot the name, a countersink bit, I created these guys right here like so. And then the idea with this is that you don't have to weld like how I did the other one, or the other bracket. If you guys notice on this bracket, what I did, those same holes, I did the same thing. I did the countersink. You guys can kind of see right here. This is one of the bolts. And then I welded it completely, and then grinded it down to where it was flat, so it could sit kind of like here. You guys can see that it's flush, or you guys can't see the bolt anymore, even though they're here. The welds are not perfect, but they did do the job. For this time around, what I did, I didn't want to weld, even though I ended up having to weld, and I'll show you guys why. I will be utilizing this hole as my locator, so I know where it's gonna sit. So I'm gonna kind of just line this up so it can be kind of parallel to this bottom line, and then just make sure that I have that overhang on the other side of the bracket. Hopefully all this stuff is making sense, but as I go and record, hopefully it does. So I'm gonna get this bolted up so I can mark these, and then get these drilled. That way I know where exactly I'm gonna need to drill to bolt the mirror onto the bracket. Alright, so we have this bracket bolted down with these two bolts, and this is the problem that I run into. So the first time, oh my bad, so the first time I made these, I wanted this to stick in here like so, kind of like sit in the middle, but like I said, that was the issue that I had with the other one, and when it came to adjusting the mirrors, it just became really annoying. So for the new one, in order to not have to weld too many bolts, to just have to weld two of them, or two nuts, what I'm doing is I'm taking this mirror and I'm utilizing that this hole. So this hole will actually hold the mirror, the side mirror, I mean the bracket, and bolt onto the body. So that is pretty much how it's gonna sit. Now my only thing that I have to do now is I am going to kind of play with this, and then this is the issue, or the reason why I had to weld the other ones, because if you guys see, if you want to put on the mirror, the issue is you're gonna have a problem trying to tie in this down to the body. I try to think about different ways to do it without welding, so it's a lot more easier for everybody, or somebody that doesn't have access to a welder. The other option that I thought you could do also is drill these two holes, this one and this one, and use a rivet, like a threaded rivet. You can go that option. The only problem with that is that once you put it on, it's gonna probably sit not as flush. You're gonna have like a gap, and I kind of don't want that, or at least I wouldn't like the way it looks with the gap present. So that's why I went this route. So the goal is to drill this hole, and then I'll show you guys the next step after that. All right, you guys, so this is what we have so far. This is mounted, and then this is the reason why this is what I'm gonna do. So like I said, I'm gonna use this bolt, which you don't have to weld, but you do have to get a longer one. I will cut this once it's on, so I know how much I need to cut in order to be able to put that cover back on the other side. I did cut it, so that one's good to go. But what I have to do now is this nut, these two are actually going to get welded to this itself. What that's going to allow me to do is to be able to put this bracket on, and then after be able to put the mirror on. The reason why that becomes an issue is because let's say I wanted to put on this mirror. So now once this mirror is on, I don't have access to these bolts right here, this one and that one right there. What I would have to do is, what I would have to do is install this and then put this on. But once this on, I don't have access through the back to install this guy, unless you were to cut into all of this, which I don't want to, because I still have my stock or my original mirrors, and if I ever wanted to switch these out, then I could do so, no problem. So I don't want to mess with that. So yeah, so that is just so you guys can kind of get an idea, or hopefully if anything that I'm saying makes sense, because I'm not 100% sure if it makes sense the way I'm explaining it. But yeah, so I have this here. I'm gonna weld these two only, and then I'll back off the bolts, clean the welds in the back, and that'll be it. Then we just have to remove everything one more time, sand this down, and it's gonna get painted black, either satin or gloss black, so it's not here sitting like this and basically kind of rust. So we just need to get those two things welded. We'll go grab the welder real quick, weld these two, and that should be the second mirror. All right, you guys, so here is our final bracket. Like I said, this needs to be cleaned up still, but for the most part it is basically what I'm looking to get, besides the detailing, getting all this squared away and nice. Here are my welds. Not the best welds, like I said. Yeah, you guys see, just kind of cleaned it up right here, but it is in the back. But that's pretty much it. This is ready to go, so I'm going to install this on the car, and then now we have access to install the actual mirror without any problems. So let's get to it. All right, everybody, so we got these installed. As you guys can see, this is super long, so if I wanted to put the cover, it wouldn't fit. So I wanted to show you guys this before I cut it. So I will cut it so it could be similar to these guys, that way the cover fits and everything's covered. And as you guys can see, I have my adjusting nut right here. It's pretty tight right now, but if I ever need to adjust it, which I will, because this is just on, I could grab like a wrench, a little small stubby, get in here, loosen it, adjust it, and then tying it back up, and I don't have to remove any of this anymore. And here is the final outcome. I still have to mess with it, kind of the fitment wise right here. Just kind of need to either get it to tilt a little bit. I just put it on because it's getting late, but it is on. Just got to mess with that a little bit, get it to sit right. I still have a little bit of wiggle room to adjust, but as you guys can see, I had to put this on first, and then now since these bolts are welded, I put this on just like I do the other two behind here, and then use these two to get the mirror to be on solid and sitting flush. Remove this tape, but yeah, this is pretty much what it looks like. There you go. Just moving it for the picture. Here we go. There's one. There's another one. But yeah, that's pretty much it, guys. So yeah, so hopefully you guys like that video. Hopefully this helps you guys out too. If you guys want to make these for specifically your TSX, you guys have a little kind of idea of how I made mine. Hopefully it made sense. If it didn't, feel free to drop any questions that you guys have in the comments below. Also follow us on our social media. We are under pandemic.motorsportz, I think 10. But all the info is on the description. I mean, on the description below. And also, you know, give us a subscribe. You know, we would really appreciate it. I know we don't have a lot, but we do appreciate all the views that we get, because, like I said, it does take time to make these videos, edit them, and you know, we appreciate it. If you guys take whatever minutes it took, maybe 15-20 minutes, whatever it took, if you guys took the time to watch our videos, we appreciate it. Like I said, we have a lot more content coming your guys' way, maybe some track videos coming up, but who knows, we're just gonna try to stay busy and, you know, get a lot of work done throughout the team. Hopefully you guys get a lot more of content of the FD1 or /FD2 as I like to call it. Just some chill videos. I'm really excited for Felix's car. I hope you guys are ready for that. It's coming. And like I said, yeah, just progress is on its way. So hopefully you guys give us a sub, give us a like, whatever it is. If you guys are cool with it, we appreciate it. Like I said, once again, hopefully we get more content for you guys, and we'll see you guys on the next video. Let's go.